before you do something to stop it or prevent.
That is not my concern. I just feel like I see nothing, hear nothing. I am not getting involved.
Bring the child care and protection hotline. Them people know how to deal with it. You don't have to give them your name.
Call the Child Care and Protection Agency hotline on 227-0979. Children need adults to protect them. Don't let them down.
Are you facing challenges in your life? Don't worry, introducing Master Vishnu Psychic and Voodoo Master, here to help you find solutions to all your problems. Whether it's issues in your relationship, negative energy surrounding you, or even business problems, Master Vishnu has 25 years of experience and can provide 100% solution. His expertise in black magic removal, voodoo, witchcraft, demons, dark energy, get ex-love back, husband-wife and relationship issue, psychic reading, palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, and that's not all. If you're longing to reunite with a loved one, he's here to assist you as well. One call can change your life. Call now Master Vishnu at +5 926329943. Take the first step towards a brighter future. 2,500 plus satisfied clients, located in all over Georgetown, Guyana.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at Survival. Yes, it's our 16th Customer Appreciation Day sale on Sunday the 8th of December from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. where every customer will receive a 10% discount throughout the supermarket. Come shop and stock up on all your holiday items, turkey, ham, cookies, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and so much more. With Christmas around the corner, take advantage of this whopping 10% discount on Sunday, December the 8th from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. at our Sheriff Streets and Vicinity Road locations when Survival Supermarket celebrates its Customer Appreciation Day. Shop price smart at Survival.
Junior sons, fiction wins me. We have a start pack, a long pack, bullseye action, combination pack, all of these can be fixed right here. Why change and put on something that does not have the capacity to withstand the pressure and put on a bootleg? Fix what you have. Because that Junior sons bring all of the issues to naught.
Printing, engraving, signs, banners, posters, billboards. We do it here. AC Repairs. Come and check us out. At Junior & Sons, one place you get everything done. Looking forward to seeing you.
Stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Joinder seat allocation won't change the outcome of the 2025 elections. Jagdeo, government must explore alternative options for citizens to uplift cash grants to avoid overwhelming the banking system. Low, Jagdeo appears agitated when grilled on Ashikisun illegally occupying seat in Parliament. Guyana launches accessibility handbook to advance disability inclusion. And West Coast Berbice man appointed first non-Ghanaian Fante Land Chief of Kermanti. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Aletha Grant with the Thursday, 5th December 2024 edition of the HGP Nightly News. And this is what you need to know this evening. The People's Progressive Party Civic seems comfortably with having Dr. Ashiki soon remain in Parliament. The party's General Secretary doesn't believe it will change the outcome of the elections. More details from Daisy Richards.
General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic, Jagdeo, has hinted that political parties could not take the error by the Guyana Elections Commission over the allocation of the joinder parliamentary seat to court.
Well, the seat allocation by GCOM, whether it's wrong or not, could be adjudicated in court. But it didn't change the outcome of the elections.
In an apparent disregard for whoever will legally occupy the joinder parliamentary seat, Mr. Jagdeo doesn't believe that the error by GCOM would change the outcome of the upcoming general and regional elections.
It doesn't change anything in Parliament, the majority. The PPP still has the majority of seats in Parliament. And they were all going along with this.
GCOM's legal officer, attorney at law Kurt De Silva, did say that GCOM erred by allowing a TNM representative to become a parliamentarian under the laws governing a joinder list. With the Liberty and Justice Party having won the most votes, 2,657, compared to ANUG's 2,313 and TNM's 244, GCOM said the LJP should have continued to occupy the seat throughout the 5-year term. Asked whether he believes that Ashiki soon should be replaced, Mr. Jagdeo responded,
"This is a matter entirely for GCOM and the Parliament office. The political parties have no standing in this matter."
Already, the Alliance for Change, the People's National Congress Reform, and the Working People's Alliance have all called on the administration of GCOM to be held accountable over the glaring misrepresentation of the Representation of the People's Act. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Meanwhile, Antonio Day tells us that General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Jagdeo appears to have been caught with his pants down regarding the status of Deputy Speaker Ashiki Soon in Parliament. Here is more.
Recently, the Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM, had admitted that it had erred in allowing leader of the new movement, Dr. Ashiki Soon, to take up the joinder seat in the National Assembly, following the resignation of the representative from the Liberty and Justice Party, Lennox Schumann. However, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Jagdeo, during his Thursday media briefing at Freedom House when asked about this, appeared annoyed.
It has nothing to do with my discomfort or comfort. They're the laws of the country, and there is the Constitution of Guyana.
According to Jagdeo, this is not a decision for the government to pronounce on, as it falls within the ambit of GCOM.
That it has nothing, this is not an emotional issue. It's not what Jagdeo wants, or Nigel Hughes wants, or Norton wants, or Anog wants. There are laws, and there is the Constitution, and these guide the deliberations of GCOM, and they guide the appointment of members to the National Assembly, and who is eligible and who is not eligible.
From the 2020 election, Lennox Schumann's Liberty and Justice Party, LJP, gained the most votes, 2,657, followed by ANUG, 2,313, and TNM, 244. According to the elections body, that meant that Mr. Schumann should have remained in Parliament for the duration of the current sitting.
This matter is actually on the agenda of the Commission, and I know Madam Chair will not want to proffer any opinion at this point. It would be premature.
With GCOM seeking to address the matter 4 years later, it would appear as though the Commission was kowtowed by external forces. The Commission's chairman, Claudette Singh, however, did not tell reporters that she's thinking of another approach to the matter. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
One economist
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGPTV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGPTV today. HGPTV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com. Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGPTV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGPTV today. HGPTV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Explore alternative avenues for citizens to uplift their $100,000 cash grant, as financial institutions will be overwhelmed during the Christmas season. Antonia Day reports.
Last week, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic, Jagdeo, said that to hasten the process for the $100,000 cash grant distribution, the state is working with the Ministry of Finance to cut over 20,000 checks before year end.
We can get those checks cut. They told me they can cut about maybe 20-something thousand checks per day.
He noted that the pensioners and public servants remain the priority groups as registration progresses at a rate of approximately 10,000 persons daily.
We're trying to hurry this up to see if we can complete to get at least the public servants and the pensioners completed before the end of the year.
To ensure these targets are achieved, the registration and check-cutting processes are being overseen by highly skilled technical staff working in close collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, authorities have indicated. Meanwhile, economist Elson Lowe, during his party's press conference last week, explained that many public servants are yet to receive their salary increases and bonuses, and with the government's commitment to registering 300,000 persons, the banking systems will obviously be overwhelmed.
This is especially relevant given Jagdeo's recent announcement that the government intends to unleash 300,000 checks upon the banking system in the month of December alone. Guyana's banks cannot realistically handle that volume of activity, and the PPP's lack of planning will almost certainly mean several hours of waiting time in lines for each and every recipient.
If the government intends to leverage the banking system to deliver cash grants by check, it needs to arrange for overtime hours and compensate banking employees. Accordingly, the economist proposed. He contended that the government clearly did not think through its process.
We believe that it is clear that the government needs to explore a wider range of options for persons to 1. Register, 2. Collect their checks, and 3. To cash their checks.
Lowe noted that Christmas is a period where Guyanese will need extra monies in their pockets, and the government's organization of the cash grant distribution will pose frustration and anxiety. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, over the past days, scores of pensioners flocked to the National Insurance Scheme's Brickdam office, some in the rain, to register for the promised one-off $100,000 cash grant. The details in this report.
Recently, the government had announced that the National Insurance Scheme NIS pensioners across the country can now register to receive the one-time cash grant of $100,000. On Wednesday, Nightly News visited the NIS branch in Brickdam, where several pensioners were patiently sitting on the tent to be registered. Though none of the senior citizens were open to speaking on the record, their facial expressions appear pleasant. The registration process commenced on December 2nd and will continue on December 6, 2024 at the NIS offices nationwide. The government has urged all pensioners to ensure that they register within the period to receive financial assistance. Registration will open on Monday through Thursday from 7:30 hours to 16:30 hours, with extended hours on Friday from 7:30 hours to 15:30 hours. In Region 4 Demerara Mahaika, pensioners can register at offices located on Brickdam and Winter Place, Georgetown, Camp and Ben Streets, Georgetown, 1st Street Melanie Damishana, East Coast Demerara, and Lot 2 St. Kendron in Maikoni, East Coast Demerara. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Join us after this break for more news.
Shop and win up to $10 million in cash and prizes at Court's Millionaire Jackpot. Shop from November 1 to December 24, 2024 at any Court store. 10 weekly winners at every Court store countrywide from November 10, 2024. And the grand drawing takes place on December 24, 2024 at the Court's Mega Store. Court's, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Modern Graphics is now the #1 sign manufacturer in the Caribbean. We offer the most modern and contemporary types of signs, including channel letters, halo designs, and architectural signage. With a vast variety of colors and lighting effects to choose from, we can professionally manufacture and install your sign so your business can shine among others. Visit us today at 6 Corbane Park, Annandale, telephone 220-1977, or like us on Facebook.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we've got the most wonderful deals. Get the perfect gift from Digicel. Grab the Samsung A05 for just $17,900, the A25 for $37,900, or treat yourself to the S24 Ultra for only $205,000. And that's not all. Every phone comes with a free 30-day data plan. Don't wait. These holiday savings won't last forever. Visit your nearest Digicel store today. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Thanks for staying with us. You were the HGP Nightly News. The Guyana Trades Union Congress has joined the call for a clean voters list and for biometrics to be implemented at the upcoming general and regional elections. More details from Daisy Richards.
The Guyana Trades Union Congress, GTUC, has joined the call for a clean voters list and biometrics to be implemented for the upcoming 2025 general and regional elections. Lincoln Lewis, the General Secretary of the Union, has justified this call.
This Congress believes that the voters list is corrupt and must be clean. Biometrics serves as one of the measures to deliver free, fair, and credible elections.
Lewis also questioned the Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM, on its preparedness to correct the current situation that seems to be hindering a fair and transparent electoral process.
GCOM, like us, would have read the reports by the local, regional, and international observers to the 2020 elections and before. Without exception, every report castigated the list and recommended reform. Why is it GCOM not prepared to act and correct the situation?
The General Secretary highlighted that the excuses of the cost or the need for constitutional amendment is false, as both are readily available.
Money or constitutional amendment is not out of reach if we are desirous of delivering to the nation what the trade union movement initiated the struggle for: one man, one vote.
The GTUC contends that it appears that GCOM is lacking power or strength and its leadership is unworthy to provide any service to Guyana. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
A new cohort of 55 social service professionals have successfully completed training designed to enhance their ability to support vulnerable youths. This initiative, a collaboration between the Ministry of Human Services and the Social Security and USAID, aims to strengthen interventions for at-risk youths countrywide. Carice Gonzalez reports.
55 social support professionals have successfully completed a 4-month training program aimed at enhancing their ability to assist vulnerable youth in the region. The program, a collaboration between the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security and USAID, is focused on risk-informed approaches. In her charge to graduates, Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Dr. Vishnu explained that the initiative came after critical conversations aimed at improving systems designed to support at-risk youth, ensuring better outcomes for young people facing challenges.
When we speak of young people and building their resilience, we know very well that they come from varying backgrounds. Various experiences would have shaped who they are. And also, we all recognize the importance of adding to those experiences in a positive way.
Minister Prasad further noted that the training provides professionals with essential skills needed to support youth during critical life moments, providing them with the emotional reassurance and compassionate guidance necessary for positive change.
It's imperative that we look at the young people before they get into conflict with the law. Because I do not believe for a second that any young person starts off in a negative way.
Meanwhile, U.S. Ambassador to Guyana, Nicole Terrio, highlighted the significance of the program for the country, stressing that in investing in young people's well-being is crucial.
I want to congratulate you on reaching this milestone, applaud your dedication, and acknowledge the invaluable support that you provide daily in the face of very challenging circumstances. The United States is very proud to invest in helping to enhance your skills. The service you provide helps build a safe, prosperous, and resilient Guyana. An investment in the well-being and success of young people is one of the most important investments you can make.
This marks the second edition of the ministry's collaboration with USAID under the Youth Resilience, Inclusion, and Empowerment Program. The initiative focuses on providing trauma-informed care and empowering youth through positive development strategies. Participants were drafted from family support specialists, probation and child protection officers, counselors, community advocates, and staff from juvenile detention facilities, all dedicated to supporting vulnerable youth. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
There is urgent need for improvements to meet the needs of persons living with disabilities, since progress has been slow despite growing societal awareness and the rapid pace of development in Guyana. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
The Ministry of Health on Thursday officially launched the National Commission on Disability, NCD, Accessibility Handbook. Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, expressed hope that the handbook would serve as a guide to encourage the necessary changes to ensure greater inclusivity for persons living with disabilities.
We have seen very slow adaptation of buildings trying to adapt to the needs of persons with disabilities.
He also pointed out that the ministry has observed a rise in amputations linked to diabetes complications, underscoring the need to address this issue to reduce the demand for prosthetics.
So if we address that properly, then we reduce the amount of people coming in needing prosthesis.
Meanwhile, Ghana Singh, chairman of the National Commission on Disability, underscored that accessibility is not a privilege but a fundamental right. He noted that as Guyana advances as a developing nation, opportunities for persons with disabilities must include access to education and training, elements that are impossible without addressing accessibility challenges.
We need the necessary measures to be in place to force people to ensure that buildings that are for public access are accessible to persons with disabilities, because it's a cross-cutting issue.
Dr. Ariane Mangar, Director of the Disability and Rehabilitation Services, in providing a review of the handbook, stated that persons with disabilities face numerous physical and systemic barriers that limit equal access. She emphasized that the handbook is more than a set of guidelines, but rather a transformative blueprint for creating an environment that fosters inclusivity.
And it's our hope that as we progress, much of the suggestions in the handbook are taken into account when erecting new structures that empower everyone, including persons with disabilities.
Tiana reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We have more news for you after this break. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Vons Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Vons Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. is a 100% owned Guyanese company that specializes in supporting the growing oil and gas industry in Guyana. We do this by providing procurement services, civil and engineering services, facilities maintenance, janitorial, equipment rental, and servicing. Phoenix offers a wide range of products such as HDP bottles, cotton rags, Turkish towels, as well as absorbent pads as well, which we supply to the oil and gas industry. We also do engineering, so this ranges from the design to the actual construction of the projects. Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. is a proud local support company for the oil and gas sector, providing excellence in every experience.
Life is full of beautiful moments, but did you know that everyday activities can expose you and your loved ones to harmful worms? From playing in the dirt to cuddling with pets, even eating unwashed fruits and vegetables. These common activities can cause worm infestation. Intestinal worm infections can cause nausea, fatigue, bloating, or even stomach pains. Dr. Sentival has the remedy for you. Use worm medicine to prevent infections and to rid your family of these pests. Check your nearest pharmacy for Leland with pack sizes suitable for families large and small. Just a single dose after a meal treats common worms. Protect your family with Level so you can focus on what truly matters. Making memories. Distributed by Massey Distribution, Guyana Limited.
Shop and win up to $10 million in cash and prizes at Court's Millionaire Jackpot. Shop from November 1 to December 24, 2024 at any Court store. 10 weekly winners at every Court store countrywide from November 10, 2024. And the grand drawing takes place on December 24, 2024 at the Quartz Mega Store. Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Thanks for staying with us. 2 men found guilty of the 2020 murder of a fireman have been sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after serving 4 decades. Justice Navindra Singh handed down the sentence at the Georgetown's High Court. Find out more in this report.
On Thursday, 21-year-old Caprice Nebrega and 29-year-old Shay Carter were sentenced to life imprisonment for the brutal murder of 25-year-old Kevin Campbell in Sophia, Greater Georgetown. Justice Navindra Singh imposed the sentences, stipulating that the men would be eligible for parole only after serving 40 years. In November, a unanimous jury found both men guilty following careful deliberation. The tragic incident occurred on March 21, 2020, after an altercation at the Campbell family home. Reports indicate that the violence began when Nebrega confronted Kevin Campbell's brother, Brandon Smith, at Smith's residence. Nebrega stabbed Smith twice during the altercation before fleeing the scene. Later that night, Nebrega returned with a group, including Carter, allegedly in pursuit of Smith. Instead, they encountered Kevin Campbell. In a violent escalation, Carter reportedly dragged Campbell from the home, while Nebrega, with the help of others, unleashed a savage attack. Campbell was stabbed multiple times in the chest, face, and leg. Witnesses, including 2 of Campbell's relatives, watched the horrifying assault unfold. Despite the efforts of neighbors who rushed Campbell to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, he succumbed to his injuries a week later. The prosecution, led by attorneys Montez Ali and Christopher Belfield, presented a compelling case. Key evidence included Nebrega's confession and eyewitnesses' accounts, which strengthened the case against the accused. Defense attorney Ronald Bostwick represented both Nebrega and Carter during the trial. Tianco reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
In a remarkable moment of history, heritage, and honor, Carl Fraser, a son of the West Coast Berbice village, has been appointed as a chief in Cormant, Ghana, making him the first person outside of Africa to hold this esteemed title. Carice Gonzalez has that story.
In an extraordinary moment of cultural significance, Carl Fraser, a son of Prophet Rising Sun on the west coast of Berbice, has been honored with a title that transcends borders and centuries. Fraser has been appointed as one of the chiefs of Coromante, a city in the central region of Ghana, West Africa. This historic appointment is not just a personal achievement for Fraser, but a connection that ties together 2 distant yet deeply intertwined lands, Guyana and Ghana. The significance of this event is steeped in the shared history of both nations, peddling back to the transatlantic slave trade and the enduring legacy of the African diaspora. Born in El Dorado village on the west coast of Berbice, Carl Fraser is a son of George Lionel Fraser and Edna Fraser née Daniels. However, the roots of his family tree stretch far beyond the shores of Guyana, deep into the soil of Ghana, specifically the town of Coromante. His mother's family, the Daniels, traces its origin back to Coromante, which lies along Ghana's coast and has been a significant center of the Fante people, a subgroup of the Akan ethnic group. During the period of the slave trade, Coromante, like many other coastal towns in West Africa, was a focal point for the capture and export of people into forced labor across the Americas, including the Caribbean and South America. The Daniels family, among many others, were among those forcibly taken from their homeland, enduring unimaginable hardship and trauma to be enslaved in Guyana. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is that Carl Fraser is the first person outside of Ghana to be named a Fantaland chief, and this rare honor is not simply ceremonial, but signifies the recognition of Fraser's unbreakable ties to Coromantee and the larger Fante community, honoring his family's lineage and his contributions to cultural unity and understanding between Africa and the Caribbean. In his role as chief, Fraser is now in a position to help bridge the gap between the people of Ghana and Guyana, with stronger cultural and historical ties. However, this milestone for Carl Fraser is said to be a testament of strength, family, identity, and the enduring connection between Africa and its diaspora. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Guyana will be welcoming more airlines come 2025 as there continues to see a significant influx of visitors. Daisy Richards reports.
During the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce's end-of-year press conference, Minister of Tourism Onij Waldron highlighted that the government is currently working on attracting more airlines to Guyana.
We attend several of these travel markets, and that seeks to encourage more of our airlines, international airlines, to come to Guyana.
Airlines have been scheduled to come on board next week and also in 2025 for direct flights to various destinations.
KLM, Royal Dutch Airlines, is expected to add 1,072 seats per week, connecting Amsterdam, St. Martin, and Guyana.
The minister added that they have already had international airlines earmarked for 2025, even as they welcomed Sky High Dominicana, among other airlines.
Caribbean Airlines has introduced direct flights between Guyana and Suriname. Inter-Caribbean Airways, direct flights between Guyana and Grenada. LIAT 2020 has resumed its Guyana-Antigua route, and United Airlines launched a 4 times weekly service between Houston, Texas, and Georgetown.
These are all a part of the plan for the expansion of the tourism sector. The minister highlighted that they are not only catering for international flights, but also regional and domestic flights, making it easier for tourists to experience Guyana's rich diversity. For HGP Nightly News, I am Daisy Richards.
Stay tuned for regional news.
This is Offshore Diaries.
Shop and win up to $10 million in cash and prizes at Court's Millionaire Jackpot. Shop from November 1 to December 24, 2024 at any Court store. 10 weekly winners at every Court store countrywide from November 10, 2024. And the grand drawing takes place on December 24, 2024 at the Court's Mega Store. Court's, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
This Christmas, Digicel is bringing you the gift of millions. 10 lucky customers will become millionaires for Christmas. Top up $1,000 or more for your chance to win $1 million. Turn your Christmas into a celebration of cash and cheer. 2 new millionaires every week. The countdown to Christmas millions is on. Top up $1,000 or more today for your chance to win. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Thursday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from the Bahamas. Bahamas Prime Minister Philip Davis announced in the House of Assembly on Monday that Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander has resigned, following a federal indictment in New York that implicated multiple law enforcement officers in drug trafficking. The indictment unsealed last week named 13 individuals, including 11 Bahamians and 2 Colombians, alleging that 3 members of Bahamian law enforcement, including 2 police officers, used their official positions to assist Colombian and Bahamian drug dealers in smuggling narcotics into the United States. While emphasizing that Commissioner Fernander served with distinction and is not personally implicated in any wrongdoing, Davis stated that the Royal Bahamas Police Force needs to change. The Prime Minister indicated he has already identified a qualified replacement for the position, though he did not disclose the name of the potential new commissioner. More news from the Bahamas. The Bahamas legislature was forced to suspend its session on Wednesday after a heated debate about a police corruption scandal escalated, with one opposition lawmaker grabbing the symbolic parliamentary mace and throwing it out the window. Parliament member Cartwright, frustrated after Speaker Patricia did not let him speak, was seen rushing up where she was seated, grabbing the parliamentary mace, a heavy ceremonial staff, of the bench, and then tossing it out the nearby window. "Get him," Patricia yelled, with the incident recorded on a government broadcast. He, alongside several ally lawmakers, were forced out of the building by police. The move harks back to 1965, when the leader of the opposition threw the mace out of a window in a push for political change, an event that became known as Black Tuesday. It comes after U.S. federal prosecutors charged several high-ranking Bahamian police officials with facilitating the flow of cocaine in the U.S. in exchange for bribes. Outside Parliament, dozens of protesters gathered, shouting, "Police are criminals." We conclude with news from Cuba. Cuba said it was generating only enough electricity to cover about 1/6 of peak demand late Wednesday, hours after its national grid collapsed, leaving millions without power. The National Electric Union, UNE, said it was producing 533 megawatts of electricity by evening, still just a fraction of typical dinner time demand of between 3,000 and 3,200 megawatts, leaving a majority of Cubans in the dark as night fell across the Caribbean island. Earlier, the communist-run government said it would prioritize returning power to hospitals and water pumping facilities. Schools and non-essential government services were closed until further notice. This year, Cuba's grid fell into near total disarray, stressed by fuel shortages, natural disaster, and economic crisis. Hours-long rolling blackouts and severe shortages of food, medicine, and water have made life increasingly unbearable for many Cubans, who in recent years have fled the island in record-breaking numbers. Cuba blames the crisis on U.S. sanctions, which complicate financial transactions and the purchase of fuel. I am Carice Gonzalez. Thank you for watching.
Joinder seat allocation won't change the outcome of the 2025 elections. Jagdeo, government must explore alternative options for citizens to uplift cash grants to avoid overwhelming the banking system. Low, Jagdeo appears agitated when grilled on Ashikisun illegally occupying a seat in parliament. Guyana launches accessibility handbook to advance disability inclusion. And West Coast Berbice man appointed first non-Ghanaian Fante Land of Chief, Cormante. And those are our major headlines for these stories and more. Please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Alethea Grant. Thanks for watching.